have you found working for the church that you are kind of getting the devil's number as far as like how he's working against us? Like I've noticed for me, if there's a retreat coming up or there's an event coming up to the week before, it's going to be a very bad week and a very hard week personally. And I know like that's where he comes after me is the week before. And so it's like, I got your number now. So I try and prepare, pray, and like get myself ready for what could be a difficult week. Yeah. And not give him that foothold.
I think for me, he gets me with trying to go after pride, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a humble servant of the bishop, but part of that job, right? I spend more time with the bishop than most people of the diocese. There are probably 3 or 4 people that spend more time with the bishop than I do. Mm-hmm. And we're going out, and it's always really important events when a bishop shows up. So that's important things, big celebrations, right? I'm always right there. And so it's very easy to slip into pride that like I have some huge important role. Mm-hmm. And so I know that that's where the devil tries to get me, not usually in those moments, but like outside of it, when I'm talking about my job. Yeah. Where it's like the urge is to kind of be bragging about, what I do, but it's a very cool thing that right. Very few people on this earth get to do, so and there's like the pride thing. I'm proud of my job. I'm proud of what I do, which there's nothing wrong with that. Right. And the pride thing of like, I think the pride comes in of what I think your reaction, the listener, should be. Oh, yeah. Maybe. I don't know if that's where I would. It's like the pride would be that I would want to receive praise for. Right? Yeah, that reaction. Because here's the thing: Holy Week, you have Palm Sunday, then the Chrism Mass, and then Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Vigil, next Sunday, right? Those are big things for the MC during that week. It's a lot of really long, large, unique ceremonies that require so much coordination, right? So that's the busiest work week for me. Mm-hmm. So you get to the end of it, and there's a sense of accomplishment and pride that like it went well. And that's not like that's all right. But then when it turns into wanting to seek praise for that's really where the devil starts to slide in. Yeah. It's that I noticed that for me, like after we do retreats or things like that, to where it's over and the devil starts attacking me, saying this wasn't good enough, you should have done this, you should have said that, you should have done all this should haves. And I've realized that no, we prepared, we did the best we could, we put everything into it. The Holy Spirit was a part of it. It was not only a part of it, but the Holy Spirit was guiding and leading it. Yeah. And it went the direction that he wants to go. So all these other should haves, that's second guessing the Holy Spirit. I'm not going to do that. And so so I'm trying to make sure that to be able to make that statement, I have to make sure that I am as in tune with the Holy Spirit as I possibly can be. Right. Before the retreat. But that's where it creeps in for me, is the second guessing myself and shoulda, woulda, coulda things as well. But yeah, and you want that. I think sometimes the hard thing too is you want that praise as far as like you're doing a good job, stay on this path. Like keep doing what you're doing. Right. But I think when it gets to you need to tell me how great I am. That are crossing some kind of a pride line there, I think. So I think, but that's also called me too to realize like I need to be doing that for other people. I need to be telling other people, hey, what you did was really good. I really appreciate that. And I need to be better about giving people kudos. And they're not asking for it, but to give it to them. Right. And sometimes I'm not as good at that as I should be. Well, so the opposite of pride, like the virtue, is humility. But humility really is recognizing God's good work in people. Yeah. So when you get to the end of a big conference, or for me, the end of Holy Week, and things went well, to recognize that all went well because of God. Right. And so one of the things, and this is something that Bishop says, so the liturgy, right? It's Christ in the person of the priest doing the Lord's work, doing Christ's work, right? So it's Christ doing Christ's work. That's the liturgy.
Yeah.
So our humanness in it, just Jesus is doing the work. He does it perfectly every time.
Yeah.
So I'll get to the end of a mass, and I will be like, oh yeah, I did this wrong. This could have been this and that. And Bishop will be, it's the Lord doing the Lord's work. There are no mistakes in the liturgy. And so that's always
That's
just
great.
One, it's reassuring of just seeing where the focus is still on, like, and kind of realigning where my mind's at. But also, like, when I feel like I've messed up big, I'm like, oh dear, like this happened, this is terrible. There are no mistakes in the liturgy. It's the Lord doing the Lord's work.
That's perfect.